So, there's this classic interview where Alfred Hitchcock describes the difference between surprise and suspense. If a bunch of people are playing cards, and then 5 minutes later a bomb explodes, that's surprise. If the exact same thing happens, but before we see the bomb planted under the table, that's suspense. These two are seemingly contradictory emotions. One develops by learning information, and the other comes from the lack thereof. It's a hard balance trying to evoke both emotions, and it's exactly what John Carpenter does with The Thing. In The Thing, a team of researchers are hunted by an alien, with the ability to imitate anything it kills. With this premise, the film juggles two types of fears: the tension of wondering who in the group is the thing, and the terror when the thing is finally exposed. It's about the paranoia that develops between a group of close individuals, and at the same time, it's all about the rubber man. In order for these two emotions to work, the film needs an extraordinary amount of balance. The explosive and bloody finale is balanced by the 27-minute smackdown in the middle of the film where the thing is not seen. Every gruesome and gnarly kill is balanced by a death that happens off-screen. Another aspect that the thing balances, something that is crucial to the success of the film, is information. Information gives suspense, and a lack of information surprises, so the film is very deliberate in what information it gives. For example, we're never told who the thing is, but we are told that there is one, as well as how it functions and how it spreads. The thing gives us enough to keep us on the edge of our seat, but not enough to see its best beats coming. But going back to the card game scenario, how can you create surprise and suspense in the same scene? Well, let's take a look at the famous defibrillator scene. Now, this sequence is not standalone, but instead the escalation to the 27 minutes of tension I mentioned earlier. Throughout these 27 minutes, the tension grows and grows, with every passing minute making each individual less trustworthy. This paranoia comes to a head when temporary team leader McCready is suspected of being the thing, after Knowles finds his ripped up jacket in the snow. Through the series of events that follow, the crew find themselves in a Mexican standoff, with McCready threatening to blow the whole joint with a blazing flare and a stick of dynamite. With this leverage, McCready retrieves status as team leader again, but through the commotion, Norris goes into cardiac arrest, something that he had showed signs of earlier. The scene then branches off into two separate lines of action, with Dr. Cooper trying to revive Norris, as well as McCready trying to keep all the others at bay. While Norris dying is certainly important, McCready remains the focal point of the scene. After all, the film has been building up the tension between him and the crew for several minutes now. This tension escalates even further with Clark. First, we see a close-up of a knife. Then we see a hand grab the knife. Afterwards, we see the knife tucked behind someone's wrist. And then we cut to the wide shot, confirming that Clark is holding the knife. By doing this, the film establishes the knife as the primary threat, the bomb of the scene. The film builds the suspense by giving the information piece by piece, letting us put together the scene and what's at stake. The cutaways to Doc trying to save Norris also enhance the suspense, delaying the expected payoff. By this moment, we know the bomb is just about to go off. And then this happens. Oh shit. The terror begins, the bomb was hiding in plain sight, and the rubber man is in full glory. Now, this scene is gruesome, terrifying, and overall just a shit ton of fun, but there's also a bit of catharsis. For the last 7 minutes or so, McCready has been on the defense, trying to prevent everyone from killing him thinking he's the thing. After the thing reveals itself, McCready immediately steps into action and kills the monster. While the tension and paranoia dominated the scene, they were ultimately a distraction from the thing. All of the information was laid out in front of us, and it exploded in our face when we least expected it.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
By the way, after the scene, the film goes back to the tension with the knife and gives it a proper climax. We often hear of directors as magicians, with their abilities to surprise us and make us believe in anything. However, the real skill of a magician is sleight of hand, controlling our attention and making us see what they want us to see. Throughout The Thing, John Carpenter maintains this exact same level of control, playing the audience as a fiddle and giving them the exact emotional reaction intended. The Thing contains some of the best scenes of tension ever put to film, and cements Carpenter as another master of suspense.
I thought you'd feel that way, Gary. You were the only one that could have got to that blood. We'll do you last.